Hi, Soul Chat. I wanted to talk today a little bit about just all the disruption that we still have going on and on and on in our life regarding COVID. But I also wanted to explain how it's not even just with COVID. Anytime there's something that goes on for a long period of time or something that's like a trauma, um, that kind of a thing, we have to realize that it does affect other areas of our lives, and it can't not, but there is a way that it does eventually settle down. Kind of like one time how I had it explained to me. I don't have like a hanging mobile, so I don't even know if this will work. But the idea is that, let's say this was a hanging mobile, that when something disrupts it and moves that piece, you notice that, like, if you hit one piece, the other pieces shake. Hit one and the other shake. But eventually, if I stayed here long enough, it would stop. Once that one does, then the other ones do. They reach an equilibrium. And so sometimes I think it's helpful to remember that when it feels like one thing's happening and then it feels like the next thing's happening and the next thing's happening, but it's just a wave of things coming because of one major interruption, whether it's COVID or then that could have sprung into effect divorces. It could spring into effect. People could have mental health issues that are coming into a head that normally they were able to keep at bay. But now, with everything else being disrupted, it's hard to keep the other areas of your life as settled. So just give yourself, a break with that, because, when I would work with attachment kids, just, during a normal, kind of world experience was going on. So there wasn't anything else in addition to what was just everyday kind of struggles for, let's say, this family. These kids with attachment issues, they couldn't relax their soul. So they would have so much stirred up inside of them that they didn't know how to regulate their emotional system. So instead of, because they didn't know how to calm themselves or to feel peaceful, what they would do is try to create that same kind of chaos on the outside so that their hanging mobile matched. Like, instead of trying to find peace to bring order, they would create chaos because that would match the chaos inside of them. And actually, I'm starting to see that a little bit now with COVID with people. It's that there's so much turmoil on the news. There's so much going on with people, having fears and anxiety that, like I said, they were able to keep at bay before the pandemic, but now it's like, wow, all this is going on and they can't. So I just want you to know that you might, without realizing it consciously, feel like that the chaos on the outside, that then you start feeling that anxiety and that chaos on the inside. In a weird way, it feels like an equilibrium, but really it's not. And so what you want to do is still be able to maintain the peace inside of you, the calmness inside of you, your soul at rest inside of you, while at the same time there's chaos going on all around you. So how do you do that? How do you be still in a tornado? Well, I think this is where prayer and meditation and spirituality for me comes into effect big time. Because yes, you got to stay in the moment, but we also have to make plans, and we also have to think down the road about things that we need to do. So you can be in the moment and make plans and think about other things. When I talk about being in the moment, I'm thinking about, like, centering how you feel. Like, if I start thinking about something in the future and I notice it's disrupting my feelings, I'm starting to feel all anxious inside, or just feeling like maybe even a sadness, like a deep sadness, like I'm going down. And what I'll notice is, if I just stop, it's not that I'm not being in the moment. Yeah, I'm not being in the moment, but it's also what I'm thinking while I'm in my moment. So being in the moment's good, but it's what I'm thinking when I'm in the moment, because that's what's gonna create my next feeling and my next feeling and my next feeling. And so I guess what I would say is whatever it is that would work for you, laying down, closing your eyes, listening to music, when you start feeling or sensing that turmoil going on inside, try to just stop and just think, okay, what got disrupted in my life just now or today? What's different that maybe the other pieces of my life are reacting to it? And so it's making it seem way bigger than it really is. But it's just that those other parts of me have to find their equilibrium once that disruptive piece does. And so the answer is for me to create a calmness, a peace in me, and then that way it contrasts what's going on maybe out in the world and all the chaos that's going on. But I find out that I can still be calm and relaxed and know how to soothe myself even when everything else feels like it's just, you know, we don't even know when we turn on the news what we're going to see that day. That's how I feel. Like I turn it on and I'm like, well, what's today, you know? Oh, a school in Illinois, oh, they decided to start a Satan club. Okay, that's today. What was yesterday? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, the guy's going to be decided that ran everybody over in the crowd, whether or not, you know, he goes to trial or not. I mean, think about it. We're being hit with stuff every single day. And then on top of that, you've got your work or whatever it is that you're doing when you interact with people. You have your relationships, you know, you have your family. So there's all kinds of things that you have going on right now. So I just want you to just relax and just be able to just find ways to just be good to yourself, to be kind to yourself, just to be able to give yourself that peace and know that just because you're feeling what you're feeling in this moment doesn't have to dictate the next moment's feeling. That you actually can do something to prevent that. You can bring it to a stop. You can go, whoa, all the pieces of my life are moving. I'm going to stop and just try to breathe and relax, find my equilibrium. And then I'm going to be able to realize that, okay, I'm intact, I'm okay, I'm grounded in spite of what's going on around me. And that's what's so incredible, that you really can do that. So see what happens. Try it out this week. You know, just whatever it is that comes up for you, just try to stop when you can, and whatever works for you to try to bring yourself peace and order, just stay there and just wait until all the pieces in your life start feeling, okay, I'm back, I'm calm, I'm grounded, I can start moving forward until the next time. Okay? See how that works. And if, you know, let me know. DM me. And we'll keep going from here. So I'll see you next Friday. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye-bye.